Hello, my name is Nicolas, and I'm going to give you my literacy narrative. I learned to read and write for 2 times in my life. The first one amazed me, and the second one opened my eyes. Mom, I have learned to read. I remember these words as far and near at the same time. When I was 6 years old, I learned to read and write at the same time as my classmates. I was just an average kid in an average class. We didn't have many interests different from playing and being loud. However, the first sounds of the vowels amazed me. The sounds I pronounced every day suddenly were written. They were trapped in the board. It was quite unique to see and speak symbols. I knew by compiling them together it gave endless possible combinations. For me, reading was way more complex than math. You didn't know if a vowel goes there or not. All the words had sounds of being deep in meaning or mysterious. Even the word rápidamente, which means speedy in Spanish, had the power to convince me that anyone who used this word was a perfect reader, almost an expert writer. Later on, I discovered the downside of reading homeworks, and more homeworks. Reading turned from endless possibilities into endless readings of boring natural science works. For the rest of my childhood, I only enjoyed 5 or 6 books. This was an awful experience. Seeing my sister read and read only encouraged me to be against reading. I didn't know the harm I was doing to myself. The more I went away from books, the more my ability to comprehend and discover went off. Suddenly, I was in high school. There, almost every subject demanded serious reading skills. I had not practiced in my childhood time, but then, when almost all was over, when my student career was near the total failure, my mom came up and saved me. She waited for me outside my school one day and drove me into our house. I was really happy she came and picked me up. Normally, she wasn't able of seeing my sister or I in the afternoon. She worked and still works until 6 or 7 p.m. So that day she dropped me in the house and said, "You have 5 minutes to change yourself and come back to the car. We are going out." I didn't knew what to expect, but I ran to my bedroom and then back to the car. When we left our home, I told her, "Where are we going?" She responded, "You will see." She parked in a place of the city I didn't knew so much. She gave me her hand and told me, "Follow me. I want to show you something." We went into a big house which had many kids inside, all of them strange kids. Then we met with a lady who told me, "Oh, here you are, Nicholas. We were expecting you. You are our new student." Then my mom explained to me that has set me up in a course for me to develop my reading skills, which by that time I had lost. Then she told me, "I'll be here in a couple of hours to pick you up." I was afraid. Everyone in the room were strangers. They were kids around 10 or 11 years old, the same as me. The first class finished very quickly. The teacher made us read small, super interesting stories, and the time flew. After the first experience, I had reading classes after school all the week, from Monday until Friday. This course made my reading skills come back to life. For a year and a half, I made friends, I enjoyed my afternoons, and at the end, I learned how to read and write again. I am forever grateful to my mom, whose advice made me a good reader. After this course, I am able to pick up a book for fun. Now I enjoy reading. My career as a student has not failed. I am a university student. Maybe, without that course, I may have never continued my studies after high school. Nowadays, I am an avid reader for fiction and non-fiction books. I always purchase good fiction for my mother, from Mario Vargas Llosa to Gabriel Garcia Marquez. We even read El Conde de Montecristo by Alejandro Dumas together. Even though she gave me the bump I needed, she never was able to read the famous books in her youth. Now I am paying my debt. I encourage her to literature. I try to make her happy. After all, she gave me life, and later on she saved me.